what it's all about. You know, it was so good to have Greg here last week, for those of you who were here. He gave us a lot of laughs, and it's very healthy to laugh. It was truly a wonderful experience we had with him, not only in the morning, but then in the evening. His concert was just wonderful. It uplifted us all, didn't it? But here's the thing. He liked us too. He said we were wonderful. He said it feels good in here. Do you people know that?
Yep.
Yes, it does feel good in here. So here I got a note from him. And he says this. Now, if any of you thought that since we were in this place where we weren't feeling really abundant, but we're changing that now, we thought, some people may have thought that, why did we ask him to come? Because after all, we had to pay him, right? Well, I just want you to know that we made money. Isn't that good? Yeah. It didn't cost us anything to have him here at all. In fact, here's something else. I have a note from him. He says, thanks for everything that all of you did to make this such a fun and a prosperous stay for me. I loved being with you all and got all filled up with good stuff. Even got all my atoms in alignment. So I'm enclosing a tithe check for 10% of my sales. He doesn't have to do that. All good wishes and a big love, Greg. So here's his check for $80 that we get to put into the offering today. You see how this works? It's a beautiful thing. So I think that he gave us a lot of things. He told us to be lighthearted. Well, it's good to be lighthearted, isn't it? I think someone said once that life is too important to be taken seriously. Need to be lighthearted, no matter what we're going through, because there is that light within us. I love that way of light, that there's lightness and light in all we do. So also, I think that he sensed that there was a community here that was of great value. You know, there are, I should say, people who come and say things to me, sometimes just one short sentence, and that happened on the night of the concert. Someone came up to me and said, do you know what this place does for me? It keeps me in balance. Oh, I'd never heard that before. It keeps me in balance. And groups can do that for us, you know, they actually can. They can balance us, our emotional, our mental energies. It's good to be a part of a group. It's good to be a part of a community. And so I also value what happens here. Sometimes we have people come in off the street and they're looking for something. Well, usually it's money. And they don't very often get money here. Sometimes they get a Cub certificate if I think that they are really, really needy. Sometimes I know they're not telling me the truth. But that doesn't mean that they don't get a blessing. It doesn't mean that they don't get a little, I don't want to call it a lecture. I could just say a little bit of a talk. And I ask them, inspiration, thank you. I ask them, so what group do you belong to? Oh, I don't belong to any group. Why don't you? Oh, see, I used to be a Catholic or a Lutheran or Methodist, but I don't do any of that now. Oh, really? Well, why not? Well, I don't know. I just don't. I said, well, then I think what you probably need to do is go out and find a group. You need to go out and find people that will support you, people that will give you ideas, people that will inspire you to do better in your life, people that will help you make sense out of this thing that we call life. But they don't want that. They want a handout. They do not want community. I see it over and over because a community implies a giving and a receiving. And somehow they're either not capable or don't want to give. They just want that handout. So I began to look at community as something really marvelous. Something where we come together to put all our energies together to do worthwhile things in this world. Every time a new person comes, there is an energy that is added here. So the community looks different, feels different, just because of that energy. Today, 7 new people were added as new members. Think of the energy. Think of the ideas. Think of the support that these people now can give to the whole. Because everything that they do, everything we do, contributes to the whole. This community takes on a life of its own. All because of all that energy that is here. So what is it? What is this community about? What are we here for? Why do we come? I think it's good to talk about those things. Why do we come here? Why do we get together?
To connect.
Oh, thank you. To connect. I was just thinking that I was just going to throw that out there. But yes, you're right. You're right. Spiritual enlightenment. Yes, and spiritual growth. We come here, to me sometimes it's like going to the mountaintop and you gather all these good things and then you get to take them out in your life and practice them. So there are many things that we receive. But what are we? What are we really? Well, first of all, we're unity.
We are the light of the world.
Oh, thank you. Somebody remembered. Okay, how many have that up on their mirror? I am the light of the world. Okay, I'm going to wait till everybody's hand is up in the air because I looked at that yesterday after I did something really stupid. And I looked at it, I'm the light of the world. Oh yeah, I am. Okay, I forgive myself. It's okay. So where was I? Oh yes, we're unity. And we are the people who stand on the edge. It's been said, if you're not standing on the edge, you're taking up too much room. We need to be out there. We are thinkers, we're questioners, we are seekers, but we're also finders. And we also are open enough to be able to embrace the mystery and the unknown. We don't have to have an answer for everything. There's faith involved here. We are also people who believe that life is lived from the inside to the outside. That we have a power within us that is greater than anything in the world. And we come together to learn how to use that power, how to connect with it, how to get to know it. A community is an important thing. What we're talking about here is connection. Connection with something bigger than ourselves. There is something about life that is so surface, isn't that true? So surface. And it seems that we come together in a spiritual community to find the depth within ourselves. In fact, I think we came to this earth wired to find the depth within ourselves. And we have built into us a longing that is not going to be satisfied until we find that depth. We say we are metaphysical. Well, metaphysical means that we are finding the depth and the meaning in stories. That's what we do with the Bible. It's a beautiful thing. But it also means that we find the depth and the meaning within ourselves that we can use in our own lives. So this is about connection, yes. And you know what I'm thinking as I'm saying this to you? I'm giving you the 4 C's. I didn't even know I was doing that. But that's really what this is. You know what the 4 C's are? They have to do with community. We come together to connect, first of all, with our God. We come to connect with each other. We come to learn how to have a can-do attitude, and we come to celebrate. So let's see what that gives us today. To connect with our God, with that power that lives within us. There is a dimension of depth within. We call it by many different names. Sometimes we say that this is the ark within us. The ark where we can go to ride out the storms of life. It's a safe place to be in here. Sometimes we say that this is a place of stillness, and at the same time, it is a place of God aliveness. Sometimes we say this is the still small voice, and it speaks to us all the time. In little things and big things. And oftentimes I think it speaks in the little things because it wants us to get into the practice of listening. So yesterday, I am standing over the bathroom sink and I'm putting in an earring. And the little voice says, close the drain. And I don't. No earring, it's gone. But you see, it wasn't of great value, so that's not my point. The point is I wasn't listening. So what's an earring? It's nothing. But I need to learn that I need to listen all the time. Close the drain. Do this. Go this way. Do this thing. Spirit is guiding us all the time. All the time. And we just need to listen. We come together then to connect with Spirit, to learn how to do that. We come together to connect with each other. That here we have love and support and all the help that we need. But I'm just going to say this. We need each other. We need each other. Some of us are going through tough times. We need extra hugs. We need someone to just say to us, it's okay. Put a hand on our shoulder and just say, maybe nothing. Maybe it's a word of encouragement. Maybe it's a prayer. All we have to do is say, pray with me. And there will be somebody to pray with you. We have all we need right here in this community. There has been so much research done on what makes people happy. And the research shows us that people who are selfish are not that happy. Because you see, the ego doesn't know real happiness. It only knows that we have desires and we want to go and get those desires filled. And when they're filled, we're right back to wanting more. So the ego is no help to us. Not in that respect. But there is something about selfless giving. There is something about giving to others that takes us into another dimension. It goes beyond our human limitations, and I don't even think I understand this. But all I know is the feeling of it, that there is satisfaction and fulfillment that you can't find anywhere else when you are giving to others. It takes us out of our smallness. And if we ever think that just because we are doing something here, that we're not doing anything for the world, that's not right, because there's a ripple effect. And everything that we do in our personal lives and in a community, we are helping to uplift the whole planet. It's a beautiful thing. And here we also hold the truth for each other. That sometimes we forget that we are spiritual beings. We forget that we are God's expressions in this world. If that's the case, there's always someone to hold that for us. Silent unity says, what one person cannot bear alone, 100 loving hearts can bear in faith. When you can't sing your own song, there's somebody to sing it for you. I know that because I've been there. And I've had my song sung to me by many of you. And I am so grateful, so grateful. When we say namaste to each other, what are we saying? We are beholding a wonder in ourselves. We're going beyond our physical appearance. As wonderful as that may be, there is something beyond that that is so wonderful we can't even put it into words. We are beholding God's love in each other, and in that we are all lifted. From the movie Avatar, I see you. I see you. I see beyond your appearance. As wonderful as that may be also. But I'm seeing to the strength, the power, the beauty, the goodness of you. This is community. That's what we do. That's connection. And now we get to the third C. We come here to learn how to have a can-do attitude. Can't do is a dangerous way to think. Because can't do keeps taking us lower and lower until finally we just phase out of existence. Alan Cohen, he's the most wonderful author, and we have his books out there. Oh, by the way, he has a new one now called something about a breath, taking a breath of sanity or something like that. It's a daily thing. It's wonderful. Anyway, he tells this story about he goes to a farm and he sees these little horses and he says to the owner, "Oh, those must be Shetland ponies." "Oh, no, said the owner, "those are pygmy horses and they are bred to be small. And the breeders are wanting with each generation to breed them even smaller." He said, instead of asking why, I thought, well, let's just look at this metaphysically. And yes, sometimes we have those little pygmy thoughts. Those thoughts that keep us in limitation. The thoughts that say, I can't do this, I can't do that, I don't have the resources, I don't have who knows what. But it's can't, until it paints us into a corner, and there we sit with our tiny thoughts, our can't do, and we become miniature, tiny little selves with our small beliefs. When we could be magnificent, because that's what we're created to be. Yes, we can do. We certainly can. And we know it within ourselves, and it feels good to even say it. Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, it feels good. So, all right. We come then together to embrace each other, to have this wonderful can-do attitude, to know that whatever it is, you see, I want to ask you as an individual, how long does it take you to change your attitude from can't to can? It can go like that, can it? Yes. You see, because we have this wonder-working power within us, and it truly is wonder-working, it takes just a few seconds. Here in Unity, we're all about heart. Well, we have to go to our heart then. Okay. We close our eyes, we take a deep breath. We've connected. And we say, I can. Whatever is before me, we can do it. I can do it. And I can contribute to help make that a can-do thing. The fourth one, we come together to celebrate. We celebrate our oneness. On this Earth Day especially, celebrating this oneness of one with God, one with each other, one with all creation. That means to me, one with all the trees and the plants and the animals. Go look into your dog's eyes this afternoon and say, guess what? We're one. Go look at the tree. We're one. There's oneness here. Let's celebrate that. And let's help our Mother Earth to thrive. Today, we celebrate our new members and all that they bring to this community. Their energy, their ideas, their support, their love. We celebrate that. And we celebrate our community. May we appreciate it. May we love it. May we take care of it. And may we keep it. May we keep it.